What up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Time keeps on slipping into the future. That is so true. My wife said the other day to me, and she woke up, she said, the days go by so fast. And you know how I always am. The reason why I always come out here is because I like to use this as a chance to evaluate what I did today, to see, did I do something to better myself? Did I do something to try and get myself further ahead? Did I take time to let the people I know how I feel about them, to let them know that? Did I do everything that I could in this day? Because when this day is gone, I can never get it back. I can never add anything on to that day that's passed. So I've got to do as much as I can each day. And I recognize that at 57 years old, I have been around for every single Super Bowl, that I've got less years behind me. I've got less years in front of me than I do behind me. And I keep getting stuff backwards, so maybe I've got less than I really think. So at this point in my life, you don't worry about it when you're young. It seems like everything is so far away. I'm not that far away from Social Security. You know what I'm saying? And I look back at the 19 years that my wife and I have been together, and it feels like we just got together yesterday. But sometimes, damn, it feels like things are an eternity. And it feels like an eternity with the Cowboys since the Super Bowl happened. When you've been around a long time, and I always like to say I'm old, and I don't mean it to be derogatory. I mean it when I say I'm old. I've experienced a lot. I've seen a lot. I've seen so many things change. The fact that I can sit here and talk to you on a cell phone is still mind-blowing to a person who went to the air traffic control center and seeing the vacuum tube computers the size of a gymnasium that basically was controlling the air traffic controls center, that doesn't have the computing power, well, really, of this watch. Things changed a lot. And you see these things change. And you realize things that change sometimes really aren't changing, they're just repeating. And this is where last night, when I was doing my live stream, I literally, watching the clips of Jerry Jones, I literally had to get up and get a bottle of rum. It literally is deja vu listening to Jerry Jones now, who, I don't know if his memory is where it was. The fact that Jerry Jones was sitting here talking about, this is literally Stephen Jones saying, Dak Prescott's got to understand that he's got to leave money on the table for others. But the problems with Dak Prescott aren't all on Dak Prescott. When you turn around and you say, well, we like Tyron Smith, even though he's $17 million cap hit and only played, 17 of the last 50 games over the last few years, and you say, well, we're okay with Tyron Smith and, his contract and things, and maybe we'll work some of that, and, we're going to bring Zeke back here. After you do things like signing a big fat contract for Jalen Smith or some of these other contracts like Tyrone Crawford and things like that, where they don't pan out, kind of like Tony Romo's, that for a couple of years there, when we were saying, we can't surround Dak with talent like he was when he was a rookie, but you were paying one of the highest quarterback salaries for Tony Romo, who was injured on the sideline, while Dak was literally the cheapest option in the NFL. You didn't build a team then, so you're bullshitting us now. And as I pointed out, shout out to Space Cowboy, who went down the litany of the journeymen, second tier, nobodies as free agents that you brought in to try and supposedly surround Dak with. It's bullshit. And the reason why, because here's where it's bullshit. $680,000, $680,000, $680,000, $2 million, $32 million, then $17 million, $19 million. Those are the cap numbers that Dak Prescott has had. Forget the shit that you hear from the talking heads, like Skip Bayless saying, well, Dak Prescott threw Jerry Jones and fleeced him for $70 million. Signing bonuses, guys. The only thing that matters is what's on the freaking cap. The Commanders spent $29 million last year on Carson Wentz. You know that the Eagles, to get Carson Wentz to go bye-bye, spent $32 million for a season that he wasn't even there. Didn't seem to prohibit them from making moves for their team. Now, here's the funny thing. As all you Romo fans out there that hate Dak Prescott, as we talk about all the talent that Dak Prescott basically inherited, which the year before the team was 4-12. With this massive talent that we had from Dez Bryant and the Tyron Smith, the Travis Fredericks and the Zach Martins, the Jason Wittens and things, these great players that we amassed together. 2010, 6-10. 2011, 8-8. 2012, 8-8. 2013, 8-8. 2014, 12-4 playoffs, catch no catch. 2015, 4-12. That was before Dak Prescott, with Tony Romo, with Jason Witten in his heyday, with Dez Bryant in his heyday, with young offensive linemen like Zach Martin and Tyron Smith and Travis Frederick. One playoff appearance. One in that 5 years. 2016, 13-3. Toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers, 3 touchdown passes, 304 yards, and come close. 2017, 9-7, missed the playoffs. 2018, win the division, win a playoff game against Seattle. 2019 and 2020, missed the playoffs. 21, 12-5, 22, 12-5. Mind you, from the time Dak Prescott got here, the offensive line started going downhill. His rookie year, Tyron Smith didn't make it through. Tyron Smith started breaking down in 2016. Mind you, we then lost Travis Frederick, one of the best centers in football, to Hillian's Bar. Came back for one more year, was not the same, and been gone. Jason Witten was always open because guys figured the best guy to leave open is Jason Witten and hoping that he's the one that catches it because he can't run downfield anymore. And for those out there, well, he had Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant, 2015, 2016, stayed injured and was not the same guy. And then when you start looking and saying Cole Beasley is one of your better ones and Terrence Williams and Allen Hurns, you haven't surrounded them with talent. Now understand, it's bullshit. I felt like last year was a message to Dak Prescott to say, since you got the contract, that we screwed up for years and not getting it done. That was the Joneses that kept waiting and waiting and waiting. They could have gotten it done and had it under $30 million, right around the same time Kirk Cousins did, and had him locked up for 4 or 5 years and then already be on the second one, saving money and saving cap space. They screwed up on that one. I feel like we are still in that same cycle right now with Jerry Jones. Oh, well, Dak, if you go ahead and get the bag, we can't put no talent around you again. Like, we put all that talent around you when you were a rookie. That was the talent you had there from Tony Romo that Brandon Wheaton, Matt Castle, and Kellen Moore couldn't do anything with. So this is the Joneses trying to negotiate again Dak Prescott's contract in the court of public opinion, trying to get the fans on his side that poor little Cowboy, if it wasn't for Dak Prescott, we'd have a Super Bowl winning team. Sorry. It's bullshit. It is complete bullshit. Well, that's all I got to say about that. I'm just wondering, what we've been hearing for the last few days. I ain't heard anything about it today. Cowboys making a big move. Expect the Cowboys to make a big move. Yeah, I'm old. Been around for a long time. Things don't change. They just keep happening over and over again. Well, good people, it's Saturday night and I ain't got nobody. That's not true. I got a wonderful woman. Remember to tell the people you love them. Because you might not get the chance again. And I love you guys. And God willing, I'll be here tomorrow. Peace.